Hey everybody, you are precious people. The Father loves you. The Messiah shed his blood to redeem us. But religions are there to distract us, to deceive us, and to send us in a direction that isn't towards the Father. Messiah literally sacrificed so much and suffered so much pain to buy us back. But we were told about the deceivers, the fake religions, the false philosophies that were designed to distract us. And that's okay. It's all part of the plan of salvation. But the point is, we are to use science. We are to use reason and logic to take the actual evidence and validate the facts. But what we have are a bunch of people who are trying to control the information and to turn everything into an emotional-based foundation, which isn't scientific. It isn't factual. And it is all based on delusional and self-gratification. That's okay. This was all predicted. We are on a journey to see that the Father told us the truth from the very beginning. Isaiah 45 and 46, it says that he tells us the truth. He tells us things before they transpire, so that we will know that he is the Almighty. He says that he creates all things. He creates light. He creates evil. And this is to allow us to understand the entire aspect of his creation. Without opposition, we would not be able to comprehend the immensity of his truth. Without the lies, we would never see the foundation and understand the capacity of its foundation against the opposition of falsity. In the garden, the Father said, "Don't eat of the fruit. It will bring destruction, death, degradation." And what did we see? We see that when they ate the fruit, after the adversary said, "Oh, hey, don't listen to what he said. He's holding out on you. If you eat that fruit, you'll be just like the Elohim. You'll be just like the Almighty." But he was lying. Because again, it's all part of the plan of salvation, all part of the plan of redemption. The Father put us all under sin. That way we can be all under the redemption of Messiah's sacrifice, which was predicted. It was predicted in Daniel chapter 9. We have a formula expressing when Messiah would show up. We know that it is Messiah and no one else, because the formula expressly states that within a Jubilee span of time, after Messiah is cut off, but not for himself. That's a willing sacrifice. After that, it says that a Jubilee span later and the city and temple would be destroyed, which means that there are no other possible candidates. You see, Yahunan, John the Baptist, he was beheaded. He wasn't qualified. He wasn't executed on a tree. Messiah was sacrificed, not for himself, but for others, as predicted. Grandfather Abraham was to offer Isaac, but he didn't have to because it was just to show what the Father would do. You are loved. The Messiah paid the price for every one of us. Even the adversary himself and all of the minions are subject to the Father's will. And I believe that everyone will be saved because of Messiah's sacrifice. According to the scriptures, according to the promise in the garden, that there would be a seed from amongst Grandma Eve and Grandfather Adam, that one of their seed would bear the redemption of mankind and reconcile us all to the Father. Well, we see that down through the ages that there was a promised one that would fulfill that prophecy, that prediction, that promise. We see that in Daniel chapter 9, there's a formula to show when Messiah would come to the planet. It offers attributes, accomplishments Messiah would fulfill as the prophecies dictate. It gives us the opportunity to show, and even when we look at Alexander the Great, because of Daniel chapter 8, he saw the prediction from the scriptures where he would conquer Medo-Persia. And then he conscripted the Septuagint, the actual Greek version of the ancient Hebrew scriptures, to be documented. And he placed them in places of where he built libraries all around his kingdom. He shared the Hebrew scriptures because he personally found them valid. But we don't hear that from modern scientific sources. Oh no, they say we evolved. Oh, they say we came from monkeys and or single-celled creatures, of course, never substantiated by actual science. Anyway, I'm just here to say that the Father loves you. He created us. He gave us science to confirm every single aspect of what he has stated previously. We are given an opportunity to accept his word, his love, his will, his provision. But there are temptations and there are sources to try and trick us and cause us to not believe what the Father says. But that is also predicted. Hey, eternity is going to be amazing. He has promised to reconcile us all. He will wipe all of our tears away. The people that violate Torah, hey, they don't go to hell. The good news is they just live outside the castle, all around the planet. The good news is we're all saved. We're all redeemed. We will all live through eternity. But the bad news is not all of us get to go into the castle because we violated the rules. Still, the good news is the Father loves us. And eternity will be so amazing, so fantastic, so awesome. Not only are you invited, but it is mandatory for you to attend on the day of judgment, where every single life, every thought, every deed, every action will be shown up on the big screen. And it will all depict the fact that Torah is the standard for a perfect society. It will show that every pain, every sorrow, every aspect of suffering came from a direct or indirect aspect and result of people violating Torah. And every good thing that happened came from people who were honorable and followed the Father's will, the Father's word, the Father's way. It's gonna be great. You're all invited. Even me. I think even I am invited. So, let's be thankful. Let's go on to eternity. And let's enjoy the greatest experience to be embraced. I'm sorry, I have my problems. I love you. The Father loves you. Messiah loves you. And paid the price to reconcile us all together. May you, in fact, enjoy every aspect of the Father's love, grace, mercy, and provision. Thank you for this moment in time. Oh, by the way, this was 15 minutes ago. This is a time machine. And you experienced time travel.